Our next topic is thermometer. As we discussed in a previous video, that temperature is the measurement of hotness or coldness of bodies, and the unit of temperature is Kelvin, degree Celsius, and the Fahrenheit. But the SI unit of the temperature is Kelvin. Now we will discuss about the instrument by which the temperature is measured, and that instrument by which the temperature is measured are called thermometers. So in this video we discuss about the different types of the thermometers and their construction, working, and which types of materials are used or for which purposes they are used. So let us start. What is the thermometer? The device which measures the temperature of a body is called thermometer. Of a body means not only body, body means any object. The device which measures the temperature of any object or any body is called thermometer. And how many types of thermometer? There are many types of thermometer, but generally we discuss about the types of thermometer, which are the clinical thermometer, laboratory thermometer, and nowadays digital thermometer is used besides this. And what is the clinical thermometer? The thermometer which is used to measure the temperature of the human body is called clinical thermometer. And what is the range? Range means from which temperature to which is the lowest temperature and which is the highest temperature which the clinical thermometer measures. That temperature is 35 degrees Celsius and the 42 degrees Celsius. The lowest temperature is 35 degrees Celsius and the highest temperature which is measured by the clinical thermometer is 42 degrees Celsius. Now a question arises in our mind: why does a range of clinical thermometer is taken 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius only? The reason is very simple. The normal temperature of a healthy person or a body is 37 degrees Celsius. It means not the temperature of all persons have the 37 degrees Celsius, but it is the average temperature of most of the healthy persons which are taken is 37 degrees Celsius. Maybe temperature of any persons may be slightly less than 37 degrees Celsius, or maybe above the 37 degrees Celsius. But it has been observed that by experimentally the temperature of any human body does not go below the 35 degrees Celsius. So when the clinical thermometer is made, the range of this thermometer is only taken from 35 degrees Celsius to the 42 degrees Celsius. 42 degrees Celsius is the highest temperature of the human body. So the range of the clinical thermometer is taken 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Now, what is the clinical thermometer? Clinical thermometer is the thermometer which measures the temperature of the human body, and it is made by a narrow glass tube in which a capillary tube is inside the glass tube, and at the end of the thermometer a glass bulb containing mercury. That means inside the clinical thermometer at the bulb, that is the end of the clinical thermometer, there is mercury which is filled in the thermometer, mercury. And what is the property of mercury? Mercury is a metal which is found in the liquid form, and it is the good conductor of heat. So whenever the temperature of any object or body rises, the mercury rises in the capillary tube. Capillary tube means a very fine hole through which mercury rises up to this capillary tube. And when the temperature is low, then it goes down. So mercury is the heat sensitive substance which rises in the capillary tube whenever the temperature is measured by the human body. And how does the clinical thermometer measures the temperature of the human body? You see in your houses, when any person fell into the ill, then what happens? Doctor comes and take the thermometer and insert or placed the thermometer inside your mouth on the side of the glass bulb. After 2 or 3 minutes, the temperature of the human body is measured in the thermometer, which is read by the seeing the mercury level rises in the capillaries, and that level of the rising of mercury gives the temperature of the body. So this is the method to measuring the temperature of the body. कहने का मतलब ये है कि जब कोई बीमार पड़ता है, डॉक्टर जब आता है तो क्लिनिकल थर्मोमीटर उसके माउथ में या आर्म पिट में लगाता है। उसके बाद उसमें जो क्या होता है, कैपिलरीज होती है, उस कैपिलरीज में मरकरी राइज करता है, चढ़ता है, और वो जहाँ तक वो मरकरी रीच करता पहुँचता है, उस लेवल तक जा करके जो भी टेम्परेचर बताता है वही ह्यूमन बॉडी का टेम्परेचर होता है। ठीक है, तो ये हो गया। और दूसरी बात मैंने बताई कि इसकी रेंज जो है 35 डिग्री सेल्सियस से 42 ही क्यों होता है? बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल हैव द does not go the temperature below the 35 degree Celsius and does not go beyond the 42 degree Celsius. So the range of the thermometer is taken only 35 degree Celsius to 42 degree Celsius. Now the next thermometer is laboratory thermometer. This thermometer is used in the laboratory for the experiment purpose. And the range of this thermometer is -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. So this thermometer can measure the temperature from -10 degrees Celsius, and the highest temperature which can be measured by this thermometer is 110 degrees Celsius. Now a problem occurs when the clinical thermometer breaks. What happens? Because in the glass bulb there is a substance which is called mercury, and mercury is the toxic substance. Toxic means zehरीला, toxic substance. Whenever clinical thermometer breaks, this toxic substance has spread around us. So this is the major problem, due to which the scientists solve this problem and make another thermometer which is called digital thermometer. A digital thermometer is based on the digital circuit, which has a sensor which senses the temperature of the body and gives digitally, and we measure the temperature of any body by the digital thermometer. So these are the some main thermometers, basic thermometers, First is clinical thermometer, second laboratory, and third is digital thermometer. Clinical thermometer is the thermometer which measures the temperature of the body, and it has a narrow glass bulb in which the end of the glass bulb has the mercury, and whenever the temperature of the body rises, this mercury expands and rises in the capillary tube, and the maximum height where this mercury reaches gives the temperature of our body. And the laboratory thermometer is the thermometer which is used generally in the laboratory, and the range of laboratory thermometer is -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. And another is digital thermometers, which measures the temperature digitally. So this was the main topics, and our next video we will discuss about the modes of transfer of heat, which is most important, and we will see the examples how can heat transfer from one body to another body, or in the gases, or in the liquids, and in the solid substances, because all substances are different and the modes of transfer of heat are also different. So we will discuss in our next video modes of transfer of heat. Now let's see modes of transfer of heat. Modes of transfer of heat. This is a very important topic for your examination purpose and for higher classes, because this topic is found in the class 11th also, and many different competition the question is asked by this topic. So this is the most important topic. What is the modes of transfer of heat? As we know that there are transfer of heat from one body to another body only when there is the temperature difference between two bodies. If there is no temperature difference between the two bodies, then heat will not transfer from one body to the another body. So there are three methods of transfer of heat. First is conduction, second is convection, and third is radiation. As you know that there are some material like iron rod, copper, aluminium. When we heat these substances, receive the heat and gets hot. So these materials or these substances are called good conductor of the heat, while the wood, air, water, these are the bad conductor of the heat. Then how can heat transfer in a metallic rod? Suppose do an experiment at your home or anywhere. This is a burner. This burner may be any type, your gas burner or any type of burner, or it may be a simple candle. When this is burning, one piece of rod is placed near the hot part of the burner, and we see that after some time the end which is near the flame gets hot and the other end is cold, but the heat is transferred slowly from hot end to the cold end, and gradually the temperature of the rod moving towards the cold end increases. So this is the transfer of heat in the metallic rod or solid substances in which heat is transferred is called conduction. Conduction is the mode of transfer of heat in which each molecules of the solid particles transfers the heat to its neighboring particles, and similarly that neighboring particles transfer the heat to its neighboring particle, and gradually the whole rod is hot, heated or hot. So this is the direction of transfer of heat from hot end to the cold end. This happens only in the solid materials, and the process of transfer of heat in a metallic rod from its hot end to the cold end is called conduction. And the next method is convection. As we told you, water, air are the bad conductor of heat. Then how does heat transfer in the water, or how does water gets hot when it is heated on the burner or in any other material? So convection, what happens? Suppose this is a metallic container, and in this metallic container water is poured or water is placed, and this is the burner. What happens? We see that when it is heated on the burner, the molecules of water near to the burner gets heat from the source of heat, and it becomes warm, and when it becomes warm it becomes lighter. And as you know, lighter object always on the surface of above surface, and the heavier below the bottom. So when this molecule gets the heat from the source of the burner, it becomes light and rises up, and that place becomes empty, and the nearby molecules comes to fill these places, and some molecules above from the surface of the water comes down to fill this area or region. So कहने का मतलब, जब हम लोग किसी बर्नर से पानी को गर्म करते हैं तो जो बॉटम के पास के मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं वो हीट एनर्जी को एब्जॉर्ब करते हैं, और इनके मॉलिक्यूल्स हल्के हो जाते हैं, लाइटर हो जाते हैं, और हल्की चीज़ें हमेशा ऊपर रहती हैं या ऊपर होती हैं, तो इसलिए ये मॉलिक्यूल्स ऊपर चले जाते हैं, ये गर्म होने वाले मॉलिक्यूल्स, और जो ठंडे मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं वो हेवी होते हैं, भारी होते हैं, तो वो नीचे आते हैं। और इस तरह से ये होल प्रोसेस चलता रहता है, और धीरे धीरे पूरा का पूरा पानी जो है वो क्या हो जाता है, हॉट हो जाता है, गर्म हो जाता है। तो ये जो प्रोसेस कहलाता है, इस प्रोसेस को हम लोग कहते हैं कन्वेक्शन। Convection is the method of heat transfer in the liquid in which the molecules which obtain the heat from the source of the source gets hot and becomes lighter, and it reaches to the surface of the water, and the heavier molecules comes down to fill the place from where the lighter molecules rises up on the surface. So this process of transferring heat is called convection. And the next medium method is radiation. As you see, in the daytime the heat reaches to the earth from the sun, and the atmosphere or surroundings becomes very hot. So when light reaches from sun to the earth, there is no medium between them. Only the atmosphere as a medium. But how does the heat transfer from without medium? So we can say that the mode of transfer of heat in which no medium is required is called radiation method. Similarly, if we burn a candle, we see that the air on the top side becomes hot, while the around the candle the temperature is not hot or air is not hot. So what we conclude that? We conclude that when any source of heat falls the heat on the other surface receives the some part of the heat and some part is reflected, while some part may be passed through them. So whenever any object obtains or receives the heat from the source of heat, it becomes hot or its temperature becomes its temperatures increases. So the mediums around us or the atmosphere on the earth's surface becomes hot at the daytimes, because some part of the heat from the sun is absorbed by the air, and due to which the air surrounding us becomes hot. This is the method of radiation. So what is the radiation? The mode of transfer of heat from one medium to another medium or without any medium. Like candle surrounding the candle there is a air, so maybe air, but it is not necessary that in the radiation method medium is required. Like the sunlight reaches to the earth's surface, so there is no medium requirement of the medium. So the transfer of mode of heat in which no medium is required is called radiation. It is generally happens in the gases. Convection generally becomes in the liquids and conduction generally in the solid substances. So these are three modes of heat of transfer, and due to which heat transfer from hot body to cold body.